Hi, good morning. It's Jim from the Mavstar Observatory. Guys, in this upload I want to give you a rundown of the operations to date at the Mavstar Observatory, what we've got out there in the field, what we're planning on putting out there in the not too distant future. And I'll be honest with you right from the start that at the end of this video I'm going to ask you for some support. You know, we haven't got any corporations or large companies sponsoring us. What we've got is a crowdfunded based observatory, and you know, it needs to be funded by you guys only, and I've explained why that is. You know, if we are funded by corporations or scientific organisations, it's not going to be long before they start dictating what we can talk about, and you know, we want to keep them clearly out of our operations so that we're not interfered by them. So to date, starting with the TriMag system, we've got a TriMag system which is bespoke equipment here in the UK, which measures the progressive magnetic North Pole migration. We give you an update on that every month on the website, which we'll have a look at shortly. We've also got a magnetosphere sensor, which measures the strength of the magnetosphere every 15 minutes. The TriMag, as you know, takes a reading of the magnetic North Pole on 3 magnetometers every 3 seconds and records that onto an SD card, which we process. We've then got in the field over in the United States measuring the Canadian high intensity, which, as you guys know, has reduced in half of its capacity or strength over the last 4 years. And you know, we don't see any change in that, so we have put our magnetometers in M1 location and M2, which is California and Kentucky, to monitor that shrinking of the Canadian high intensity region. We did send one out to M3, if you remember, India, but after sending it out we heard nothing back from it, so you know, it has been lost, that magnetometer. And because it was so difficult to get one either, you know, out in those regions of India, Russia, we tried, we had no luck, but we did manage to get one out in M4 region, which has been, you know, proven really well out there, and it's in Hong Kong, and we get regular data coming from there. We've also got M5 and M6, one in Perth, Australia, and one in the Gold Coast down there, measuring the intensity of the creeping high intensity region coming up over Australia. You can see on the south coast of Australia that really strong intensity, probably one of the 2 strongest intensities right now on our planet Earth. We know that the Siberian pole is increasing as the Canadian one is decreasing, and we know that the Siberian pole is lurching down towards the equatorial region as the Australian pole is merging up towards the equatorial region. We know that also north and south poles attract each other, and it's just a matter of time now before those 2 merge, and we've just got to wait and see what will be the case of that. We are planning on putting a very different package out in either Brazil or South Africa. I would prefer somewhere in Brazil, and on the south coast of Australia. First, the reason why we want to put one out in the M8 region is because it is in the South Atlantic anomaly, which is the lowest intensity of protection on our planet. And the package, what we want to put out there, and the reason why we want to put one in Australia on the south coast, is because it's a high intensity, so we're going for the high and the lowest intensities on our planet right now with this next package. But it's a very different package what we're going to be sending out there. We're going to be sending a Geiger counter to measure the background radiation first of all in that low intensity region and high intensity region in Australia. We're going to put a magnetometer there to measure the intensity of the magnetism or the field strength in those regions, and we're also going to put a muon detector in those regions to detect surface radiation. Those packages, when they actually go out into the field, will just cost short of £1,000. 2 of the items in those packages, out of those 3 items, are bespoke equipment, and you know, they have to be built here at the observatory and sent out, along with, you know, off-the-shelf Geiger counter. So it gives you an idea of how much money, hopefully before Christmas or early January, these packages should be out there. But it gives you an idea of some of the expenditure that's involved now here at the observatory. You know, our operations have massively expanded this year, and as a result the costs have gone up and the demand for time has increased, guys. So you know, we really need, more than anything, a little bit more support, because over the last day, I mean, we earned £2.50 and probably $10 off AdSense. AdSense really cripple us with the amounts they pay us, and it's not a lot of money. It's nothing really at the end. It just pays probably a couple of things a month. It's not even here or there, but you know, it's better to have a little something than not. But you know, over on the PayPal, you know, we've raised £2.50 in the last day, and it's difficult to run the observatory on that. I'm not saying that we get £2.50 a day, because sometimes we do get a little bit more, you know, but you know, it needs to be consistent. And going on, you know, previous years, you know, I've found that, you know, November, December and January are the worst time periods for us here, you know, in trying to raise money. And I suppose that's because I know a lot of you guys have got other things to spend your money on. But you know, I just want to say, what we're trying to do here is very unique, and that's keep you informed of what's going on. And we've targeted really the main things that will affect you. You know, I just want to show you what else we do on the website to give you an idea. I mean, it's not just about the equipment that we've got out in the field. So you know, we're more proactive than a lot of other channels, but let's just have a look at the website and some of the things that we cover over on there. So just to give you a quick rundown of what we do on the website, obviously you could read about us, what we do, why we're doing it. You know, obviously our main topic is the pole migration, and you can read about all that on there. You can read about Earth's magnetic fields to get a bit of a background on what's happening right now with our planet, and you know, the magnetic reversal. We've got the TriMag data. So this is the data that we collect from the TriMag, and it's updated every month. Around about the 17th of that month, the data goes up, along with the magnetosphere strength, which again is collected from here in the UK, as you can see. And then we've got the global data of all our magnetometers that are around the world right now. And we've also got here live solar data. So any information with regards to, you know, the geomagnetic field or solar X-rays or sunspots, it's all on there, and it's updated again more than once a day. We've got the current pole positions chart, so you can quickly go over there and see where the pole is right now over the south and northern hemisphere. We've got magnetometer data from other locations around the world, other observatories. You can have a look at that. Live cosmic ray data from 2 observatories, again updated every day, sometimes more than once a day. We got live volcanic eruptions that are taking place around the world, which is updated every day. Earthquake maps, you can put in your desired magnitude and over what period of time into this box here, and it will pull up all the earthquakes that have happened over that period of time. We've got live sea ice extent maps, as you can see. You can see where we are, how much ice is over the northern hemisphere right now. Global weather maps, radar, satellite images. We've got temperature and total precipitation, and also daily sea surface temperature charts, again all updated daily. What else we got? Space weather, solar wind, X-rays, flux, you know, the Van Allen belt, you name it, it's all on there, guys. Again, you know, everything on here is updated. What else? Just bear with me. You know, we've got the Schumann resonance as well, For those of you that don't know what that is, it's just a measure of lightning strikes per second in hertz. It gives you an idea of our background noise or resonance, and you can keep a track on that. Some people believe that they are affected by, you know, the levels of the Schumann resonance in its change, and you know, they believe that it affects their mood, but you know, we record that anyhow for people. But we've also got you know, pages on climate change, climate and the pole shift. We've got the Learning Centre, which there is some great videos on there, even done by Nova. You know, NASA explains how we measure, you know, magnetic pole shifts. You know, information with regards to our magnetosphere, and like I say, you know, what happens when planets lose their atmosphere, or sorry, lose their magnetosphere, how sputtering effects take place. This is a great video, you know, it's a good overview, and tells you about sunspots. You know, like I say, there's plenty of information on there, guys. And you know, so we don't just put stuff out in the field, we actually provide a good platform for people that are new to the subject, and they can come along and get, you know, quite informed on all these topics. So yes, guys, you know, the main thing is really is that we get supported. You know, we've done a lot this year. We've built magnetometers, we've put them out in the field in different locations around the world. We've now took it upon ourselves to build these muon detectors and do likewise with them. And you know, at the end of the day, it's going to give us information on how much radiation is in these regions, how fast our poles are migrating on this planet, and you know, over the last 30 years of the rapid pole migration, where it's covered more distance in shorter space of time, it seems to have affected a lot of climate on this planet. And you know, it's only anticipated that if it continues to, you know, migrate at faster rates, then I would suggest that, you know, this climate chaos that we're experiencing right now is only going to increase as a result of more cosmic radiation inbound into our atmosphere. So at the end of the day, guys, what we lack here is funding, and it can only come from you guys out there. And you know, it's frustrating. On yesterday's total video views, we've got about 400 videos. There was about 11 or 12,000 views in total, and total raised money was £2.50. It was a little bit frustrating. We really need to do a little bit more than that to keep the operations going here at the Mavstar Observatory, and keep the information coming back in for you guys, because you ain't getting this information from any of your organisations. And if you haven't worked it out already, there's a big misinformation with regards to what is taking place on our planet with regards to the climate. You know, they're not even mentioning how harmful muon radiation is. It's not even put on a chart and classed as one of the 3 common types of radiation, or 4 common types of radiation: alpha, beta, gamma and X-ray. It's not even categorized in those, guys. Yeah, we know it's lower waveform or shorter waveform, and therefore if the scale of radiation increases as it goes down that waveform, then muon radiation is a lot more harmful in less quantities. I've done nearly a week's worth of muon detection. We're around about, on average, 560 muon counts per hour per square metre. So it's a little bit down, only by about 40 per hour per metre. But you know, it just shows that our equipment is working correctly, and you know, it's calibrated right, and it's doing its job. And we only need to get these out in these important locations now to work out a lot about these low and highest intensities on our planet. But guys, I've got to emphasize, we need a lot more support than what we're getting, and that can only come from you guys. So you know, I'd really hope that you do use the PayPal link down below and become a patron of ours. You know, there's not much else to say, guys, today in this video. It was just all about, you know, trying to get some funding for our observatory and nothing else. But more so as well, I suppose, just to show you what sort of effort goes into you know, informing you guys of what's taking place. It's not just about the equipment. There's a whole website to look after, and there's a lot of time in building the equipment and getting it out there to the right people, and you know, that requires a lot of investment. So links are down there if you want to support us. And as always, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you some point in the week. As always, bye for now.